Good afternoon and happy Friday. I come to you today with a quick update on the latest chapter in trade policy, also what NVIDIA's earnings can tell us about the broader implications for corporations in their AI infrastructure, and lastly, wrap up with a couple housekeeping items from your stablepoint team. So, kicking off, since last week's update, we've been in a pinball machine that is the tariff policy saga, but our job is to keep things in context of you and your portfolios. So, I will skip to the most recent news where the US Court of International Trade delivered a significant ruling against the Trump tariffs. The court determined that the president does not indeed have the authority to unilaterally impose these broad tariffs, and the case of being in a quote national emergency is not holding up. So the tariffs in question include mainly the 10% baseline on most, not all, imports and higher rates on goods from China, Canada, and Mexico. So the administration then filed an appeal and were granted the tariffs stay in place temporarily while that appeal is underway. They have also been adamant that they will find other ways to impose the tariff. And so while markets are, or they have taken this relatively in stride, the bigger takeaway here is that this is prolonging the uncertainty that markets, corporations, and we as investors are not so comfortable with. I heard a good analogy the other day when it comes to companies just navigating this road. It's kind of like driving in the fog. You can't see what's in front of you or around the corner, so you don't want to accelerate, but also don't want to slam on the brakes and get rear-ended by other cars or companies who are trying to continue to operate and deliver. Primarily, this also speaks to what are companies doing to plan for the future then. So let's look at NVIDIA's earnings this week to give us an idea there. So the AI chip maker reported another quarter of exceptional results, beating estimates that were already very, very high. And I don't highlight this as a trading tip, but rather the performance serves as a bellwether for the broader economy. It highlights the continued demand and accelerating adoption of AI technologies across many industries. So blue chip household names are continuing to invest in these areas to improve their efficiencies and their profits, which overall is good for growth. So despite the different news every day that the market is reacting to, focusing on long-term success is of continued importance, and it's the same theme that we're focused on for you. So I mentioned a couple housekeeping items for our clients heading into the weekend. First off, IRA account holders, which is most people, most clients likely got a notice regarding tax form 5498 being available. Just a reminder, this is for informational purposes only and does not need to be filed unless it's a unique situation. This form confirms contributions, rollovers, conversions, and year-end IRA account values. And then lastly, you should have seen an email about our official Stablepoint Partners app being available to download. This is the exact same portal interface that you're used to with Black Diamond. It's simply labeled as as Stablepoint to keep things seamless. Same login credentials, download it when you have a chance, and then you can use this app going forward. Thank you again for tuning in. We'll continue to be in touch and have a great weekend.